Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Timeless Wisdom, the place where we make life easier, our homes safer, and our days less stressful. If you find yourself constantly reorganizing, buying more storage bins, or struggling to keep things tidy, I have an important insight for you today. Organizing is not the long-term solution we hope for. I've tried finding the perfect system, believing a neatly arranged home would bring peace. But the truth is, the more we own, the more time and energy we spend managing it all. At this stage in life, we should be enjoying our time, not sorting through stuff. Today, we're discussing 12 things you think you need to organize, but should actually minimize. This isn't about living with nothing, it's about keeping what serves you and letting go of the rest. If you're ready for a lighter, safer, and easier to maintain home, stay with me. And if this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and join our Timeless Wisdom family. Let's get started. All right, let's start in the kitchen, the heart of the home, but also one of the easiest places for clutter to take over. And if there's one thing I know many of us have way too much of, it's Tupperware. You know exactly what I'm talking about, that one cabinet stuffed to the brim with plastic containers, most of them missing lids, or warped from years of microwave use. You open the door, and suddenly you're playing a game of Tupperware Tetris, trying to find the right size container for your leftovers. And let's be honest, half the time you can't even find the matching lid. It's frustrating, it's time-consuming. And in our age, the last thing we need is to be bending down, digging through cabinets, and wrestling with an avalanche of plastic. So here's the fix. Instead of trying to organize the chaos, let's simplify it. Keep only a few high-quality stackable containers with matching lids. That's it. No more mismatched pieces, no more wasted space, and no more frustration. And if you want to take it a step further, consider switching to glass containers. They last longer, they're safer for reheating, and they don't stain or warp like plastic. Plus, they stack neatly, taking up half the space of those bulky plastic tubs. The result? Less clutter, easier meal prep, and a kitchen that actually works for you, not against you. Now tell me, when was the last time you did a Tupperware cleanup? Drop a comment below and let me know if this is something you need to tackle. Now, let's take a walk down the hallway, right to the linen closet. Linen closet. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You open the door, and suddenly you're met with an avalanche of towels, sheets, and blankets that have been stacked, stuffed, and squished into every possible corner. Some of them haven't been touched in years, but they just keep piling up. I get it. We hold on to extra linens just in case. Extra sheets for guests who rarely visit, old towels for projects we never quite get to, and before we know it, our closets are full of clutter, making it harder to find what we actually need. But here's the thing. Too many linens mean more laundry, more clutter, and more bending and digging just to grab a fresh towel. And in our age, who wants to wrestle with a jam-packed closet every time we change the sheets? So here's what I recommend. Simplify. Keep just 2 to 3 sets of sheets per bed and a few high-quality towels that you actually enjoy using. That's all you need. No more stacks of mismatched pillowcases, no more hunting for a towel that doesn't feel like sandpaper. And for the extras, donate them. Many local shelters and pet rescues would love to take in your gently used linens. They can go to someone who really needs them, instead of sitting untouched in your closet. The best part? A simpler linen closet means easier laundry days, more space, and no more digging through piles just to find what you need. So tell me, how many towels and sheets do you really use? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's step into the bathroom. Bathroom cabinet, a space that should be simple, clean, and easy to navigate. But for many of us, our bathroom cabinets tell a different story. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You open the medicine cabinet, and suddenly you're staring at a collection of half-used lotions, old perfume bottles, hotel shampoos from trips long forgotten, and who knows how many expired medications. It starts with just a few extra items, but over time it builds up until your bathroom feels more like a pharmacy than a place to relax and refresh. And let's be honest, how often do we actually use all these products? Most of them just sit there, taking up space, while the things we actually need get buried in the back. And the worst part? Too many bottles, jars and tubes cluttering up the counter can turn into a real safety hazard. One wrong move and they're tumbling down, creating a mess or worse, a slipping risk. So let's make it simple. Use up what you already have before buying more. No more stocking up on 5 different face creams when you only use one. Stick to the essentials, the things you need for every day, and let go of the rest. And this one's important. Check those medicine bottles. Expired medications can be dangerous, and keeping too many old prescriptions can make it hard to find what you actually need. Take a few minutes to sort through them and safely dispose of anything outdated. Many pharmacies offer take-back programs, so it's easier than ever to clear them out responsibly. A clutter-free bathroom isn't just easier to clean, it's safer, simpler, and stress-free. So tell me, when was the last time you cleared out your bathroom cabinet? If it's been a while, maybe today is the day. All right, let's head back into the kitchen, but this time we're looking at what's inside the drawers. Kitchen gadgets. Now tell me, how many kitchen gadgets do you actually use? If you're like most of us, you probably have a drawer full of utensils, tools, and random gadgets you forgot you even owned. Maybe it's that avocado slicer you thought would be a game changer, or the banana cutter that seemed like a fun idea at the time. But when was the last time you actually reached for them? The truth is, a cluttered kitchen makes cooking harder, not easier. When your drawers are overflowing, it takes longer to find what you need. And let's not even talk about those heavy appliances we keep thinking we might use someday, a bread maker, a deep fryer, or that bulky stand mixer. If it's been collecting dust for years, it's just taking up valuable space. So let's simplify. Keep only the tools you actually use daily. Your sharp knife, a sturdy cutting board, a reliable spatula. The basics are all you really need. Let go of the one-trick gadgets that do nothing but clutter your space. And remember, less clutter means a safer kitchen. No more rummaging through drawers or knocking things over while reaching for a spoon. A clean, simple kitchen makes cooking more enjoyable and keeps you moving freely without obstacles in your way. So, what's hiding in your kitchen drawers right now? Take a look and see if it's time to clear out the clutter. Let me know in the comments, what's the strangest gadget you've held on to? Now, let's talk about something we all have way too much of. Clothes. Be honest, how full is your closet right now? If it's packed with clothes you haven't worn in years, you're not alone. Many of us hold on to outfits that no longer fit, pieces that went out of style decades ago, or that just-in-case dress we swear we'll wear someday. But let's be real. If we haven't worn it in the last year, we probably never will. And what happens when our closets are overflowing? Getting dressed turns into a chore. Instead of quickly grabbing something we love, we end up sifting through piles of clothes that don't work anymore. Too many choices actually make our mornings harder, not easier. So here's the challenge. Keep only the clothes that fit well, feel good, and make your life easier. Comfortable, well-fitting outfits that suit your everyday needs. If it's too tight, too loose, too outdated, or just not your style anymore, let it go. And don't just shove it to the back of the closet. Donate it. There are so many organizations that would love to give your gently worn clothes a second life. Someone else could truly benefit from the things we no longer wear. Imagine how much simpler your mornings will be when your closet holds only the things you love and actually wear. No more digging, no more stress, just easy, effortless choices. So tell me, what's one item in your closet you know you should let go of? Drop it in the comments. I bet we all have at least one. All right, we tackled the closet, but now let's look down at our shoes. Now be honest with me, how many pairs of shoes do you actually wear? If you're anything like me, you probably have a few favourites that you reach for every day, while the rest just sit there, gathering dust. We keep shoes for all sorts of reasons. A pair that used to be comfortable, one that looked great but never really fit right, or those fancy shoes we swore we'd wear to a special occasion that never came. But here's the truth. If they hurt your feet, if they don't fit, or if you haven't worn them in years, they're just taking up space. And let's not forget the danger of cluttered entryways and overstuffed closets. Tripping over shoes is the last thing any of us need at this stage in life. Safe, supportive footwear isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So here's the plan. Keep only a few pairs of comfortable, well-fitting shoes that you actually wear, the ones that support your feet and make it easy to move around. Let go of the rest. If they're in good condition, donate them. Someone else might need them more than we do. Less clutter by the door, fewer choices to fuss over, and easy access to the shoes that actually serve us. It's one small change that makes a big difference. So tell me, what's the oldest or most uncomfortable pair of shoes still sitting in your closet? Drop it in the comments. I know I'm not the only one with a pair I should have let go of years ago. Now let's take a look under the kitchen sink, or maybe in the laundry room, or the hallway closet. Cleaning supplies, wherever you keep your cleaning supplies, I bet there's more in there than you actually use. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You've got one cleaner for the kitchen counters, another for the bathroom, a special one for the floors, a glass cleaner, a furniture polish, a tile scrub, and that's just the beginning. Somehow, over the years, we've been convinced that we need a different product for every single surface in the house. But here's the truth. We don't. Most of these bottles are just taking up space, and let's be honest, half of them are probably expired or half empty. The more products we have, the harder it is to find the ones we actually need. So let's make life easier. Stick to just a few multi-purpose cleaners that do the job well. A good all-purpose cleaner, a simple disinfectant, and maybe a gentle soap for delicate surfaces. That's all you really need. And if you've got duplicates or old bottles that haven't been touched in years, it's time to let them go. And there's another benefit. Fewer cleaning chemicals mean a healthier home. Some of these products contain strong fumes and harsh ingredients that aren't great to breathe in, especially for those of us with allergies or sensitivities. By simplifying what we use, we make our homes safer, not just tidier. So what's hiding in your cleaning cabinet? Take a look and see how many bottles you can let go of today. Trust me, your back, your storage space, and your lungs will thank you. Now let me ask you, how many bottles of cleaning products do you have in your home right now? If you're like most of us, you probably have a whole collection, one for the kitchen, one for the bathroom, something for the floors, another for the windows, a special one for stainless steel, and maybe even a few mystery bottles whose labels have long since worn off. And yet, we probably only reach for the same 2 or 3 cleaners every time we tidy up. The rest just sit there, taking up space, adding clutter to our cabinets, and making it harder to find what we actually need. Here's the reality. We don't need a different cleaner for every little task. Most of the time, a good multi-purpose cleaner, a disinfectant, and maybe 1 or 2 specialty products are more than enough to keep the house fresh and clean. And let's not forget, many of these cleaners contain harsh chemicals and strong fumes. If you've ever coughed while spraying something in a closed room, you know exactly what I mean. By simplifying our cleaning routine, we're not just reducing clutter, we're also creating a healthier home environment. So here's the plan. Go through your cleaning supplies today. Toss anything expired, get rid of duplicates, and keep only the essentials. You'll free up storage space, make cleaning easier, and breathe a little easier. Literally. Tell me, what's the oldest or strangest cleaning product hiding under your sink right now? Let me know in the comments. I bet we've all got at least one bottle we haven't touched in years. All right, now let's turn our attention back to the kitchen. Small appliances, But this time, let's talk about what's sitting on the countertops. How many small appliances do you have right now? Be honest. Is your coffee maker sitting next to an old one you might fix someday? Is there a toaster that only toasts on one side? A blender you haven't used in years? We all hold on to things, thinking we might need them later. But the truth is, if something has been sitting there, unused for months or even years, it's just taking up valuable space. And at this stage in life, counter space is more than just about looks. It's about safety. A cluttered kitchen makes it harder to prepare meals, increases the chances of knocking things over, and even adds the risk of electrical hazards from old, faulty appliances. So here's what we need to do. Keep only the appliances you actually use. If that second coffee maker has been gathering dust, it's time to let it go. If the toaster doesn't work properly, why keep it? Donate, recycle, or dispose of anything that no longer serves you. Imagine walking into your kitchen and seeing clean, open countertops with only the things you truly need and use. Cooking becomes easier, cleaning up takes less time, and the whole space feels more functional. So tell me, what's the oldest or most useless appliance still sitting on your counter? Let me know in the comments. I think we all have at least one. Now let's move into the living room, the bedroom, maybe even the hallway, anywhere we have big, heavy furniture that we don't really need anymore. Furniture, let me ask you, do you ever feel like your home is shrinking? Not because the walls are closing in, but because there's just too much stuff taking up space. Over the years, we accumulate furniture, a big coffee table that barely leaves room to walk, an oversized recliner no one sits in, a heavy dresser that's mostly filled with things we never use. And here's the thing. What once felt cozy and comfortable can now feel crowded and even dangerous. As we get older, having open space to move around safely is more important than ever. Cluttered rooms with oversized furniture create tripping hazards, limit mobility, and make everyday tasks harder than they need to be. So here's my advice. Take a fresh look at your furniture. Do you really need that extra chair that no one sits in? Could you replace a heavy, hard-to-move piece with something lighter and more practical? Even removing just one or two oversized items can completely change how a room feels, giving you more space, more comfort, and most importantly, more safety. And let's not forget, less furniture means less dusting, less cleaning, and an easier time getting around your home. So what's one piece of furniture in your home that no longer serves you? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what you're thinking of letting go. Now, this one might be tough, but let's talk about decorations and keepsakes. If you've lived in your home for a long time, chances are you've collected a lifetime of special items, family photos, souvenirs, knickknacks, gifts from loved ones, and decorations that have been in the same spot for decades. These things hold memories, history, and meaning, and that's important. But let's be honest, when there's too much, it starts to feel overwhelming. Too many framed photos, figurines, and keepsakes can turn a room from cozy to cluttered. And the more we have, the harder it is to dust, clean, and truly appreciate the things that mean the most to us. So here's the key. Keep the special pieces, but let go of the excess. You don't need to display every photo you've ever taken. Choose your favorites and consider digitizing the rest. Instead of keeping every figurine or souvenir, select the ones that truly bring you joy and let the others go. And the best part? When we clear out the visual clutter, the things we love actually stand out more. Instead of a shelf packed with items, a few cherished pieces can shine, reminding us of the best moments in our lives without overwhelming our space. So tell me, what's one sentimental item you could never part with? And what's one that you're ready to let go of? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's talk about something we all have too much of: old electronics and tangled cords. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You open a drawer or a box in the closet, and suddenly you're staring at a mess of old phones, random chargers, outdated computers, and a pile of wires that look like they belong in a science experiment. We hold on to these things for all sorts of reasons. I might need that charger someday. This old phone still works. Or I should probably back up those photos on that laptop from 15 years ago. But let's be honest, most of these devices haven't been touched in years, and half of those cords don't even go to anything we still own. And here's the real problem. Loose wires and extra cords create tripping hazards, and old electronics take up valuable space. If they're outdated, broken, or just sitting there unused, they're not helping you. They're just adding clutter. So here's what to do. Sort through them, get rid of what you don't need, and organize what you do. If you have extra chargers, keep only the ones that match the devices you actually use. And for those old electronics, many charities, recycling centres, and even electronic stores will take them off your hands and put them to good use. Less clutter, less frustration, and no more digging through a tangled mess just to find the right cord. That's a win in my book. So tell me, what's the oldest electronic device still sitting in your house? Let me know in the comments. I bet we all have something from decades ago still collecting dust. All right, let's tackle one last category, paper clutter. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't have that much paper lying around. But take a closer look. Are there old bills stuffed in a drawer, a pile of newspapers on the table, a filing cabinet filled with documents you haven't looked at in years? Paper clutter sneaks up on us. We keep things because we think we might need them, but over time it piles up, making it harder to find what actually matters. And when we need an important document, insurance papers, a medical record, or a will, we don't want to be sifting through years of junk, old receipts, or expired warranties just to find it. So here's what to do. Keep only the essential documents and digitize the rest. Important papers like birth certificates, property records, and medical documents should be organized in a safe, easy-to-access place. Everything else? Time to let it go. Recycle old newspapers, magazines, junk mail, and anything that's just collecting dust. And the best part? Less paper clutter means less stress. A clean, organized space helps clear your mind, and knowing exactly where your important documents are gives you peace of mind when you need them. So tell me, what's the oldest piece of paper you've been holding on to? A decade-old receipt? A birthday card from the 70s? Let me know in the comments. So there you have it, 12 things we think we need to organize, but really, we should just let go of. And let's be clear, decluttering isn't just about having a tidier home, it's about something much bigger. It's about creating a space that feels open, safe, and stress-free. It's about simplifying our lives so we can focus on what truly matters, our health, our happiness, and the people we love. Outro. Ultimately, the less we have to manage, the more time, energy, and freedom we reclaim. Spending less time on searching, sorting, and cleaning translates into more time for what truly brings us joy. Now, it's your turn. What's the first item you'll declutter? Is it that overstuffed linen closet, those old electronics, or perhaps those seldom used kitchen gadgets? Drop a comment below and share your choice. If you found this video helpful, remember to like, subscribe, and join our Timeless Wisdom community. Together, we're simplifying life one step at a time. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.